finally nagsampa na ng kasong, grave threats 'no, laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte.
Mm.
And kayo yung nag-build up ng case na ito, hindi po ba? NBI?
That's correct, opo, opo.
Okay.
Mm.
Kasi may mga nagsasabi, I'd like your opinion on this as a lawyer also, not just as an investigator. Dapat daw sinasabi ng iba, may immunity yung Vice President dito sa ganitong kaso. Ano po ba yung tugon niyo ron?
Well, it was already been settled in the decision ng Supreme Court po na ang may immunity lang is the President. So yung Vice
Hmm,
President is not immune from prosecution po from criminal cases. Malinaw po 'yan sa mga impeachable officers, yung presidente lang talaga yung binigyan ng immunity from suit. I think the DOJ already studied that very well, ano po. And I
mm.
hope the court will cannot depart from the doctrine which was established by the Supreme Court already.
Nadinig natin yung tagal ng diskusyon sa impeachment court regarding this. A total of 6 trial days. Pinag-usapan lang 'tong grave threat na dun sa mga may common sense, mukhang obvious naman talaga na talagang nanakot yung Vice Presidente. Pero dito sa korte mismo 'no, RTC, and siyempre proof beyond reasonable doubt po 'yan, hindi po ba?
Opo,
Gaano ba
opo.
kalakas yung kaso niyo naman na nabuo laban dito sa Vice Presidente?
Well, baka sabihin na naman ng mga magagaling na si Attorney Matibag, hearsay, tapos hindi alam Tagalog ng hearsay, ano po. So, sabihin dahil wala akong personal knowledge. First, to set the record straight, based on the documents as an NBI director, and based on the investigation report, nakita po natin yan. And
Hmm,
yung investigation report then before they filed the case to the DOJ, guided po yan ng memorandum circular number, yung pong circular na ginawa ni Secretary Boying na sinasabi na ang
reasonable.
degree ng reasonable certainty of conviction. So
Hmm,
nung ipinasok po yan at narinig naman natin sa testimony ni Agent Kalilong at ni Agent Lotok na sinasabi nga na yun yung nag-guide sa kanila. So ando dun yung elements ng grade threat na ipinasok. So nung isinampa ito, it took time for NPS, for DOJ to study it and ng pinail nila. I think they're still guided by the principle of reasonable certainty of conviction. Mas mataas na po yung threshold, hindi na lang prima facie kundi reasonable certainty of conviction. Hindi na po yung mas mababa na threshold.
yung sagot nila lagi na ano, conditional threat 'yan or is a threat from the grave, punishable.
Well, the threat was done. Yung sinasabing threat from the grave, para sa akin, deep ano na lang, excuse na lang, eh. Pero ang elements lang naman ng threat na may ginawa kang pananakot na illegal yung ginagawa mong pananakot na yun, eh, ang ending nun at, somehow affect yung person na sinasabihan mo, 'di ba po? So,
Mm.
andun naman po yung elements. And I think the court, there is a motion to dismiss filed by them based on that argument. So tingnan po natin what will be the ruling of the court.
Finally,
Mm.
Director, medyo curious ako bakit tumagal ng gano'n bago naisampa itong kaso na ito sa RTC? This happened in November
Yeah,
2024 pa.
yeah. Well, ang merong period yung DOJ to file the cases, but that's not absolute. Siyempre, baka there are considerations, baka nagpalit halimbawa, hindi po natin alam, eh. I think it's the DOJ who can answer it or the NPS.
Mm,
Baka nagpalit ng initially ng prosecutor ng ganyan. Pero at least for us, na-file po yan. Dalawa naman po yan, yung inciting to sedition, I think that was dismissed by DOJ,
DOJ.
ang na-file itong grave threat. So, baka pinag-aralan pong mabuti. Kaya po medyo it took time before the came out with the decision on both cases that was filed by NBI po.